Yeah. All right, I got a special build for today. I've been holding on to this one for a while, and I spent up late until like 5 in the morning to get this thing ready for today. So hopefully I didn't fuck up anything and it's all ready to go like it should be. But before we get into it, I just kind of want to go over the lore of not the lore, just the stuff of Vmon, because of course this is a Digimon. So anyone who's unfamiliar with Digimon, what's up with that? It's what is it? Digimon Digital Monsters. It's come into back into mainstream popularity recently because of what was it? Because of the card game and the revival of like the cartoon anime. It's an anime, but people would remember it as a cartoon from like Fox Kids all the way back in like 2000, not even 2000, like 1988 when it first aired on Fox Kids. Used to watch that with my aunt, and people and stuff had a bunch of Digimon toys throughout the years. And of course, with it coming back into popularity with the 2020 animation and the card game and stuff, we got model kits because the card game's owned by Bandai. They have like things for the IP and stuff. And the card game is pretty fun. I did a couple videos for the channel. Been a while since we've done a follow-up for that. I had stuff planned and they kind of fell through, but I still love the IP. I have the cards here. So this Magnamon kit is based off of Digimon Adventure 2, which is like season 2, kind of, because back in the day, like seasons for cartoons were still kind of wonky. Like the first season or series is like 50 something episodes, and so is like this one. So whatever. I just want to go through. I just want to show off my cards before we get into the model kit and talk about Vmon, because Vmon is my favorite Digimon, and he is arguably the best because there is so much, just like Vmon Digivolutions and stuff. Like he probably has maybe the most forms, and like surprisingly enough, because I went through some history videos, I think he technically has the most on-screen presence because of all the armor forms and stuff. That he would end up being like a random henchman, but that was a Vmon armor form, and I didn't even notice at the time. So without further ado, I want to just get into Vmon. Before we get into Vmon, technically, we have, of course, the Digimon baby forms. That's Demi Vmon is the larger one, and that's I believe it's QB or Chubimon, but that's like his baby form, and then that's like another baby form. I forget what they're called. It's like baby. I don't think it's counts as baby. It's you have your Digi-Egg form and your baby form, and then what's this one called? I believe it says so at the side somewhere, but I have it covered because of my special sleeve. Anyways, I don't want to linger too much on these cards. And then he Digivolves, of course, into Vmon, who I forgot to mention very briefly. I think Vmon was supposed to be the main character's original Digimon, because if you go out and look for it, it's kind of like how Clefairy was supposed to be Ash's main Pokemon before Pikachu. And then, I don't know, they did like a presentation or something, and I guess Pikachu was more popular, so they swapped it. So Vmon was supposed to originally be what's the name? Takeuchi Tai's Digimon. And I'm not sure why they changed it, but you could look for it in the Digimon V-Tamer manga. I haven't read it myself, but that's of course where I don't have these cards ready to show, but that's where you get Vidramon, Arrow Vidramon, All Force Vidramon, who's one of the Royal Knights, which weirdly enough, Vmon has he's like three forms that are related to the Royal Knights. I'm going to mention the lesser known one in a few minutes. And then of course just Vmon as he is himself. He's just one of the best Digimon ever. I'm not sure who the voice actor was for him in the cartoon, but just great. So of course they printed multiple card variations of him. There's more I think that just released, and I need to get my hands on for the updated Imperial German deck. I think Imperial German is like my favorite final form of Vmon, but there's so much to choose from. He's like so popular and so famous. He's like the face of Blue Digimon, because this is Blue Memory Boost, the first version of it that was ever printed, and Vmon's on it because he's blue colored, and he's like, they just like, hey, Vmon is Blue Digimon. So the blue color strategy is he basically dominates it, in my opinion. I think the Vmon decks are like freaking crazy. Although I'm not up on the meta. So, traditionally, and they changed it for Digimon Adventure 2. Traditionally, Digimon would just like Digivolve normally, but because of a bunch of shenanigans and stuff, and of course the Black Towers created by Digimon Kaiser, or Emperor if you're on the English version, they had to go through what was it called? Armored Digivolution? I'm going to show those off later. And then later on, I'm not sure why they decided to do it later on, but then they had to do Digimon Fusion. So this is Vmon fused with Wormmon. I'm not going to show off the Wormmon cards, but Wormmon is also a fan favorite because of all that cool stuff. If I could recommend watch anything from Digimon, watch Adventure 2. It is also my favorite, not just because of Vmon, but other cool stuff. So he DNA digivolves with Stingmon, who's an evolved form of Wormmon, and they become Imperial Dramon, Pyldramon, and then Pyldramon. I think it's the first time ever we see a DNA digivolve go further. So then you have Imperial Dramon, and then Imperial Dramon's pretty fucking cool. He's like probably the best removal cards from Green and Blue, and Green Blue are the Imperial Dramon cards in my opinion, because this like it rests them, and if they're rested, it bounces them. It's pretty crazy. Of course, Green. This card's really great if you pull from security and whatever. And then, of course, he digivolves. He has a mode change, which was the first time they introduced mode change, and they used it later on in like Digimon Data Squad and stuff. But he mode changes from just being like a dragon to like a kind of like a dragon man. So that was cool. This is like probably my favorite form of Vmon if I had to pick. Also, one of the craziest cards in the game. Rest 1, bounce 10, if bounce 10 rested cards. So I keep this for anti-rookie rest stuff. And then, getting back to the main topic, of course, we have Armored Digivolution, which was what they were stuck with for a long time. So they gave, of course, he's the main character, so he had Crest of Courage, evolves into Flame Dramon. Very cool Digimon, who's around probably pretty much for a pretty long time, because he was like the first Digimon to Digivolve, to Armor Digivolve. So that's like a staple of like the franchise lore stuff. And then you have his second form, which was Raid Dramon, but I guess they had to rename it to Light Dramon due to the stuff. Bringing us all the way back to Magnamon, who originally appeared in the Digimon the movie, which Digimon the movie was like kind of like a collection of 3 stories, and this was the final story. So this was the first appearance of Magnamon and Rapidmon, but Rapidmon was an armored Digimon in that version, and they did bring that back in card form, which was cool to see. But yeah, I believe it's the Digi-Egg of Miracles that brings about Magnamon, and of course Magnamon is also a Royal Knight. So you have, I believe I have the card here actually. I'm not sure why I didn't show it. I'll mention it now. Or no, I put them away. So you have All Force Vidramon. You have Magnamon. So those are both Royal Knights, which are like the strongest Digimon in the canon. Well, not the strongest in the canon, but the strongest like standard Digimon in the canon. And then you have, of course, Imperial Dramon, but in Paladin mode is the founder of the Royal Knights, which was an interesting piece of lore. So that's 3 forms of Vmon that are like that any Vmon could technically turn into, because the Royal Knights are like specific. But you could get cards of that or whatever. They're all technically part of the same line. They even printed new card versions. They give you bonuses for coming from Vmon, but to put all that aside, I fucking love Digimon. I love Vmon. Let's build Magnamon. Sorry if that was just a huge bunch of rambling, but we gotta get into it. Love Vmon. And yeah, I really enjoyed pre-building this kit, because just like when something you love gets built into like a model kit form, and it's kind of non-traditional, because I don't plan on building any more Digimon model kits. There are a lot of interesting and cool ones. They have an Imperial Dramon, Amplified. I don't like the Amplified kits, because to me they're like one step below being the X-Antibody versions of Digimon, and I'd rather have that than like, what are these? They just put like extra spikes on them or something. I need to look it into more detail, but nah. And there is the standard Imperial Digimon, but that's P Bandai. I don't want to pay the P Bandai tax for that. And it's got a bunch of like gimmicks and stuff. That one actually does transform. I think maybe the only Digimon in the Figurized Standard line by Bandai that transforms. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, we're probably never gonna be seeing those on the channel. I'm sorry to hurt anybody's feelings or anything about that, but yeah, I could probably recommend this kit just based on what I've heard for it and from what I've pre-built. But you could probably go with like a War Greymon or something. They also have Black War Greymon. The War Greymon, I think, is the only Digimon in this line that comes with a stand. So there's a lot of good incentive to get into that. But what was that? Oh, I wiggled the cable and we went to silent mode. Did that affect anything else? Let's go back to... Oh no. It must have came out. Hold on, technical difficulties. We haven't even started yet. I got turbo mode. Great. How you doing?
Trying to stay quiet.
Why is that?
Got food in my mouth.
That's weird. Okay, I guess it was all the energy went. Power surge or some shit. Let me reestablish that connection really quickly. Technical BS. Stop that. Turn that off. Okay, great. Let's reconnect. Okay. That was quick and easy. But not painless. It hurts me. Okay. So yeah, I fucking love Digimon. I fucking love Vmon. Yeah. I think, oh yeah, since, technically we're on the topic of Digimon still. Love Vmon, love Digimon. Vmon is my favorite of the armor forms. Because of course he's just like gold and stuff. Oh yeah, and funny enough, I kind of forgot about this while I was, because I had it sitting there for so long, but Vmon does have like thrusters and stuff. So technically, if you wanna stretch it, technically Magnamon is a mech. Because he's got thrusters and stuff, and who knows what else is hidden in the armor. He fires fucking laser beams, for God's sakes. Positron laser, I think, is his signature move. And I need to check this again, because they don't have it on the Digimon cards. But they have like, kind of like Pokemon, where they have like multiple types, but then they have like different fields. I think he might belong to, he's definitely Royal Knight's field. Well no, that's like a subtitle. He's Dragonkin, because Vmon, I think when he gets to EX mode, he's a dragon? I forget. Vmon is technically a dragon in this form, no? Mini dragon. Yeah. More shit to love about Vmon. Without further ado, let's get some shit going here. Usually it doesn't take this long to start, but Vmon's totally worth it. Okay. And of course, along with him also being the only Digimon I'm building, he's technically, what do you call it? Like non-humanoid, but you know, kind of like a humanoid kit. It's been a while since we built them. They're kind of rare in the line of Bandai model kits. You know, they use the SH Figure Arts line, which is, it's really confusing to me. You'd have to like be very careful when you see SH Figure Arts, because some of them are model kits, very few of them, like maybe 1 in 10 of them are model kits, and like the other 10 are like action figures, like the Jujutsu Kaisen ones, or they're action figures. Like you buy them and they have like accessory parts, but you don't build them. They're just action figures, which for me, I'm still on that kick. I feel like if it was any other time in my life, I'd probably be just like not even reviewing, because what would be the point, but like buying the Ver anime figures, which have cool effect parts like Gundam and SH Figure Arts. But I just love building things, you know? I like the tactile feel. And if it's gonna sit on my shelf, you know, it needs to be worth it. Okay, I was confused here for a second. This is the arm. We're trying to build the leg. So let's start with these big thigh pieces, you know? Thick thighs save lives, and, you know, what kind of Digimon of Miracle would he be without thick thighs to save lives? Gotta save those Digidestins. Okay. PC5. I will, of course, because this is special, I didn't finish the Victory Gundam speed build, but I will, of course, let's throw that to the side. I'm going to, of course, be doing one for this one. It's going to be kind of hard. I did take a peek at a lot of stuff. I even did that the day before, too, on my way to work. Just looking at, like, Digimon songs and, like, the Japan songs, which are pretty damn good. I keep listening to them, so they must be good. And of course, because it's Japanese, it's not going to be the word Digimon like 800 times. It's going to be the word Digimon 400 times. And then, like, I'll do like one English song, one Japanese song. If anybody has any requests or knows of any good Digimon music, I'm of course not going to be making the speed build immediately. But, you know, you can expect that to come soon. And don't feel bad if you have nothing to add, because of course I have a bunch of music already set out. Just really hope we keep that word count under 400 or something, because, oh man, that's annoying. Just like, digi this, digi that, did you know? Did you know, man? Mon man? Digiman, mon. Oh wow, that's cool. That's really snug. Okay. It's hard to identify some of these pieces. You know, usually we have more colors to work with, but it's just, I think maybe two-tone gold. I don't think it's two-tone injection gold. And just like blue, gold, and like some of these brown mecha parts. It's, I don't know, the word tantalizing comes to mind. I don't think that's accurate, but yeah. Okay, this one. Yeah. Of course, these kits are also, like I mentioned, because of the recent increase in popularity, these kits are relatively modern. I think, see, the anime was 2020. I don't think it was 2020 in Japan. It might have been 2020. No, it would be 2020 in Japan. And we just recently got the dub of it. Well, not super recently, but I think this year, recently, we got the dub. Which I have seen a few episodes of. It's so different to the original, just like the way it starts. Because Digimon always had like a weird sort of teetering the line stuff. Having recently rewatched Adventure 1 to Adventure 5. So 1, Adventure 2, Tamers, Frontier, and then Data Squad. Data Squad goes hard, man. I was not expecting that. But, oh man, Data Squad goes hard. Don't sleep on Data Squad. It takes a while. Like, you know, once they go to the digital world, which they always do. Once they go to digital world after like 10 or 20 episodes, shit's crazy. Which is, you know, Adventure 1, that's where it all starts for them. Well, kind of. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So this is cool. This looks very seamless. There's a little bit of white stress marks, but we can kind of, you know, ignore that. He is like a very light, like a light baby blue, also kind of glossy and very smooth. And very, I wouldn't say impressed, but like, it's a very well done kit. Like, you see the muscular structure here, it's kind of hard to see. But we got sort of like paneling for muscle. Really great. How did my little boy become so buff? Digivolved. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think they're done with the figure arts line. I don't think it came out yet. The Galletmon, they had Galletmon amplified, and then they just pretty recently released the regular version. That's cool. And they do make premium Bandai Digimon kits, like I kind of teased at earlier. I'm not sure if I've missed any of them, besides the oh no, and then there's also Imperial German Paladin mode. I forgot they made a model kit of that. Kind of. It's in there in the back of my head somewhere with all the other Digimon information, random stuff. So I need another one of those joints. Was it this one? Because it's missing, so yeah, obviously it's this one. Let's see. And that one, I peeled it out already. I keep thinking it goes that way. So it's in here. Yeah. Oh yeah. My mind's kind of all over the place. I put all that spiel and stuff in the beginning of the video because I don't think this kit's going to take particularly long to build. It's rather simple. It's just like technically 5 pages, but you see the way everything's spaced out. It's kind of weird because I think the next kit we'll be building in the series, which I have in the corner over there, I have not finished building it yet. But the one immediately after this is like, I think it's the most, aside from master grades, the most amount of instruction per piece. Or sorry, per page I've seen. I really want to highlight that when we get to the video because I'm like looking at it like there's like 80 steps on this one page. Usually there's only 40 steps. or something. That's the way I'm reading it in my mind. I'm like, there's usually only 40 steps. Why are there fucking 80 steps here? I don't know. Maybe it's just been a while, because it has. I mean, it's legitimately been a while since I built a kit, because all my stuff was pre-prepped for like the last season, which I should mention again, all over the place. I wish I could restart the video with what I'm mentioning now. But we are technically in a new season of kits, or a new batch of kits, new wave, and I haven't done a model kit wave video. I don't really feel like it, but if anybody wants to see that, you can see that. I posted it on the Discord, but not everybody who watches my videos, which that's a small number too, is on the Discord or really knows about the Discord, because I kind of only mention that stuff at the end of the video. I don't know if the new layout will help with that or whatever. I'm not super worried about the Discord and whether people are on it, but knowing about stuff is important. That's the part I just pulled out. Okay. I'm looking at it. I'm like, where'd it go? Wow. But yeah, I got some cool stuff planned as usual. That kit I'm like halfway done building. And then there'll be, of course, these other two kits. Oh shit, they're on camera. It's okay. It's no big secret. But these ones are gonna get done here. I have a great custom paint idea planned for that. I don't really have any custom stuff I want to do to it, really, because I've already seen them and I'm like, oh, they exist already. Kind of feels like I'm copying them. Kind of like the idea I had with the Burst, Airmaster Burst, where I'm like, give it these guns. Oh crap, people have had that idea. Too many people think the same. And I already put that in, right? Okay. So this is cool. I've also seen alternate painted versions of Magnamon where people just do all black. I'm not sure if that's based on something similar to Black Wargreymon. I'm sure there's tons of Digimon media out there, like in the video games and I guess the manga. I haven't actually ever read any Digimon manga. I wonder if they're any good or super different. I know there's a lot of lore updates. Like, a lot of the Digimon card stuff comes from the mangas. Like, what's it called? The Seven Demon Lords, like Beelzemon and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all that stuff and the X-Antibody stuff mostly comes from the Digimon manga. Have not read or any of those. So I'm sure there's good stuff in the manga. Yeah. It's always interesting to get into a piece of media and find out that it's not just the one form that you were originally exposed to it in. There's tons of video games, tons of comic books, tons of stuff. Digimon card lore is actually pretty interesting too. Some of the scenes are like pulled directly from like the shows or like from the obscure video games. They go all over the place, and it's much appreciated when you know what the source material is. Yeah. I only ever originally really like mentally I only got into the Digimon card game to collect the cards and like, have them in my binder and stuff. And then I got into playing it and I don't know, just what's the word? Kind of not really lost interest. I did lose a little bit of interest, admittedly. Not fully. Maybe like half or something. But then there was also the power creep and stuff, like the new Digimon. The problem with the TCG scene is that we don't have any TCG like exclusive or TCG home-based card games. Half of that shit is the OCG, like the Japanese. So like they get the stuff first. They get them like 3 months or like basically almost like a year ahead of us. So when I heard about the Digimon Ace Monsters, I'm like, okay. So there's already like, was it 1, 2, 3? There's already like a 4th revision of Vmon. And this is like the 2nd revision of the Imperial Dramon strategy. But now they've announced Ace Monsters. How long until like Imperial Dramon Ace comes out and they like basically power creep and retrain all these cards again? So I'm like, man, I just wish we had card games in the OCG that were only in the OCG, or at least from the OCG, Because, like, seeing what the Japanese have and what they're going to get, it's like, well, I'll just wait like another month or something, see if they get it, and then I'll wait a year to actually physically get it or whatever. Like, it kind of sucks. I'm not sure how many other people feel the same way. Like my friend Andre, who was in those Digimon card opening videos I've done in the past, which if you haven't seen, go to YouTube, go to the playlist archives. I think they're in Dream Crate. Maybe I should make a specific TCG playlist or something. That's a thought. I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, I've done them with my friend Andre. Good friend from way, way back. Who, hoping to have come around for some cool video stuff in the future, which is maybe TCG related. Maybe look at some model kits and take a wild guess what TCG related model kits I'm finally gonna get around to. It's pretty obvious, I think. Yeah. Cool stuff coming. Cool stuff planned. Hopefully all executable within my lifetime or within your lifetime. Random viewer who's like, damn it. All that cool stuff. There's that funny sentiment when, like, whenever a cool new video game gets released, it's like, damn it, I hope this game comes out before I die. Because sometimes video game development is like multiple years, and it feels the same way sometimes with YouTube and stuff. Because a lot of these kits I'm finally getting around to, I have them across from my bed. Like, I go to bed, and if I lean to the left side, I'm staring at them. And I've had these kits, like this Magnamon kit, for over a year. Like the last Digimon card video I did, before we started, I'm like, hey Andre, check out this kit. And like, that was the Magnamon kit. So I've had it for at least that long, if not longer. Just like sitting on it. And you know, sometimes it's like, oh, the backlog. Never thought I'd be one of those people, but here I am talking about kits I've had sitting in the backlog for over a decade. Like, not over a decade, over a year or so. And here's some more, like, hey, Magnamon is a mechanical stuff. This is a sticker piece. It's okay. It's rather hard to apply. I would probably color it with, like, paint or something later. But, you know, it's not a terrible sticker. It's just hard to apply over here. You know, I wonder if this camera is better for showing that off. That might be something I should do in the future. So, yeah. I'm not sure if there's a difference between this side and this side. It kind of just looks the same. Oh, it says long and short. Okay, shit. Good. Okay, I instinctively seem to have done that. Long and short. Like these toes. Metal toes. Do. Yeah, man. Magnamon is really great. I think technically Magnamon is what you would call a... What do you call it? What's it called? A warp digivolution. Because, let me actually double check the card here. He says level 4, but he's, oh, it's not written here on the card. That's fine. Technically, I think he would be a... Is it Ultimate and then Mega? That feels like such a mistake that they should have changed, where it's Ultimate level Digimon and then Mega, which is shown in the card game as being either a level 4 or level 7, which is kind of weird how they have level 4 or level 7 that are both the same rank. Or like if you were to throw is it actually? Hold on. I'm distracting myself with the card game cards that I just brought here for an example. Is Imperial Dramon is level 6 in Dragon mode. And yeah, Fighter mode is also level 6. But Paladin mode is level 7. And technically also the same, I think it's also technically the same rank. I don't have a Paladin mode because he's actually not good in the card game, in the deck or strategy. He does have one ability that makes him at least playable. But people don't generally play Paladin mode in a Magnamon deck. Maybe one of the new sets, I think BT14. Maybe he's in there somewhere. I know they did a retrain of Magnamon, which is actually pretty cool. I think he might be better than the original because he basically resummons Vmon, and depending on which one you have, it's like reactivates the effect. So if it's like the what's it called, the red green Vmon from was it BT7? I think it was BT7. Oh no, BT9. That like lets you search through, like take one blue, take one green. If it resets the ability, then that's a really good card to have. The new retrain of Magnamon. All right, so that's pretty much everything from here. Yeah. No, I don't. I want to save that for later. Kind of a surprise. I want to save that for later. Okay, so we'll go into the head parts now. This is going to be the arms, the torso, and the head, as this says here in my chicken scratch writing. Gorbash. Oh yeah, let me. Where is that? If it's in here, this. I love seeing this. I don't see this enough. I was looking at this other kit. The other kit has a crazy amount of leftovers. I love seeing everything's being used. You know, like the what was it? I was about to say it, and then it sounded really offensive in my head, and now I don't know how to reword it. But as the whatevers would say, or as people say now, even in modern times, use the entire buffalo. I love having no leftovers most of the time. Sometimes you get cool leftovers, but it's just nice to have everything used up. You would expect that from something like the SH Figure Arts, and it's good to see. So here's something kind of creepy to see. This is, what is it? So this is back piecing, that's the blue. White is another separate piece. The stickers, there's molding underneath it, so it shows you where to apply the stickers. But I guess if you wanted to, you could maybe paint it, or you could change the angle of the stickers to try and get a different facial expression. It's not a very expressive kit in terms of its emotion, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes, body, what's it called? Body language shows a lot of emotion, but I feel like this one would be really hard to get emotion out of. So before I put this on, let me just double check. I don't think I got the stickers on perfectly because I was thinking, again, if I change the angle, it looks like a different emotion maybe. But otherwise, yeah, they're close enough to the actual spot because of the molding. It shows you like big eye, bottom eye, or whatever this is supposed to be. He doesn't have two eyeballs and like one lid. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. It's like light reflecting or something. Anyways. One thing I always found weird about Digimon, I'm not sure if they've ever made this mistake outside of like Japanese and English translations, but like when a Digimon digivolves, his name changes, and like the what do you call it? The tamers or like people around him, they always seem to respect that fact. I've never heard like somebody call a Digimon in a different form, like the alternate form version. Well, I mean, you don't call like Shine Greymon Burst Mode, hey, Shine Greymon Burst Mode. You just call him Shine Greymon, and he happens to be in Burst Mode, I think. I don't think it's like an entire name change, but like, you call Greymon Greymon, you call Geo Greymon, whenever he's in that mode. The name changes, but the person doesn't. It's always something I thought was weird about Digimon, but, got over it. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. Look at that. Nice fold here. Nice little, I didn't even notice that in the back. A little, like, butt in the back of the head to have it all slide into. Great. Man, we're almost there. Yeah, this is gonna go on the shelf for sure, but it's gonna go in the unique section, the non-Gundam section. Or I'm gonna put at least one Gundam in that non-Gundam section. Probably the I'm not gonna spoil that one. That's the finale, which we are seemingly infinitely further away from. As originally the model kits I have in this wave that we're going to be going through throughout the next couple months or another year or so was supposed to be the final. That's why there's so many kits in it. But I don't know, it's weird to when you cut down the kits. I cut them to like I think about 3 inches across, like not this way, this way. So it's kind of like 3 inches across. You save so much space, and when you start saving space on the models, you go, hey, I can get more. And then it gets out of hand, and before you know it, you have a huge backlog of stuff that aren't compressed, and then you have just like a huge... If you've seen the photos I posted, you're just like, oh man, all those boxes, are they empty? It's like, some of them are, most of them aren't. Just have so much stuff in here, which is kind of cool. To have a, like, what's it called? Always, what was that expression? I'm not sure if I still believe it, but it was a nice expression. The idea of always leave a little bit something left. behind so that you have it so that you can look forward to doing it in the morning. It's an interesting philosophy. So like never finish something you could do tomorrow. It sounds a little bit weird when I say it like that. You know. But yeah. Don't I'm trying to reword it in my head. Don't rush things, and if you could leave it for tomorrow. I don't know. I'm sure the message comes across. Just not wording it correctly. PC 9. I'm like trying to pop it out before I even know what it is. Here we go. 9 and 8. Yeah, it's nice to see polycaps in like not the classic gray or dark gray or black or dark black colors, because of course these are mostly, I believe, I guess technically humanoid. We did just recently go over, he's a mini, well, not a mini dragon in this form. In this form, he's just considered Royal Knight free. I'm sure there's other stuff I could find on the wiki that aren't going to be represented on the card. Actually, I wonder how much English text there is here. Maybe there's a bio page here that mentions the fields he's from. That's what they call it. Like I think it's Holy Field. He's technically Holy Digimon, much like Angemon, Angelwomon, and Seraphimon and stuff, which are literally just like Digimons but as angels. Because of course it's an anime type thing. They're gonna play with the whole angel devil, you know, thing that anime video games always like to default to. It's like, come on, go to the moon and fight God. Not that God, the other one, the one that's in this game. Always defaulting to that stuff. It's kind of funny, you know. Who doesn't love seeing huge mecha battles in space for the fate of the multiverse? Huh, must be the wrong piece or something. It says, I could probably put it in the back piece first. If I can do this one first. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. I was wondering what this is. This is just to line it up with that. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard to put in if it falls out again. After sealing. Get in there. Get in there. I don't think it's specific whether I put the 8 or the 9. But that might be a problem. That might actually be why it's not working. Let me see here. Okay, let's give that a shot. So maybe a subtle difference. I don't know. There you go. I guess that was the big difference. So be sure to get 8 and 9 or 9 and 8, whichever order it's supposed to be. I always find it silly, the idea that somebody might be building along with me. Not silly like, oh, you're silly for doing that, but it's like, because I don't do that personally. Like, I don't build the same kit that I'm watching in a stream. But I don't know, maybe some people do it for like the extra help or something. So I try to keep that in mind. I don't really think people do that, but you know, if you do, let me know. It'll make me be more considerate in the future of like what I'm doing, and you know, nice to talk about. Okay. So we got the chest. I already did a little bit of it. I think maybe that's all of it. This piece here. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where is the white piece? No. Yeah. One of the first model kits I've pre-assembled well, not pre-assembled in like a long time. Like I mentioned earlier, all that stuff we recently finished was like done months in advance. I think as early as February, March, April, May, June. So March, yeah. I think there was a day in March I just like built like 2 master grades and like not a day, a week on March I built like 2 master grades and like 3 high grades, and I think that was what we just finished going through. Hard to remember, but yeah, I'm usually further ahead than what I mentioned because it's nice to be far ahead. Because you know, when you do the pre-builds and then the actual live stream build, it's like if you don't have stuff ready to go, then you're kind of just sitting on content in like an uncompletable way, which is very annoying. You know, speaking of annoying, I've actually for a while now, if I think it was intentionally, we just been building kits in the order I received them. But because it's been so long, I kept photos and stuff, but I haven't looked at them, so I'm like, I forgot the order of some of these stuff. I think I might have something in the queue that I didn't get in like the order I received it. So I don't know if that matters to anybody. Kind of matters to me, but not heavily. Trying to find, I did pre-assemble. Okay, yeah, so this is part that I'm looking at in the manual. I already have it here, so I'm just sealing it. So to seal that, I need, I guess, whatever I was just putting on to this. Oops. That probably goes over here. Yep, that's what that is. I wonder if that's correct. Let's see. I would think this way. So that way you can get the 45 degree. What's this? Hold on. Let me get that. Read the bio and respect the Fu Manchu. Funny enough, I actually recently got a Pokemon model kit, which you might be able to guess what it was from that little interaction I just had. I might just throw that in early too, because I'm like, yo, I want this one just to have on like my desktop, because I don't like Pokemon as much as I'm sure the next guy is, but I have my favorite, and as you can guess from the little spiel I did with Vmon, my favorites are my favorites, and generally for good reason. I didn't make those Vmon cards, man. Someone else did. Someone else recognized the power of the best. Vmon, man, he got that dog in him. Yo, Vmon, he's 3 different Royal Knights, man, at the same time. It's crazy. Got that dog, man. Straight up, just like, bodying Black Wall Greymon. Yo, man, he had to combine with another dude, but man, that shit took some courage to do that, because, that little dude, that guy used to be his arch enemy. But he converted him, so man, yo, he got that dog in him straight. Fucking, yeah, man, that shit's funny. I love that dog in him shit. Man, it's dog on him. Got that dog. Yo, Vmon, one of his alternate forms, like Lightdramon, straight up dog. He got that dog, man. He a straight up dog. That's the kind of content people come here for, man. Straight up dog. What do I got here? Here we go. He's the goat and the dog. And when he's tired of being the goat and the dog, man, he a fucking dragon. Or just a fucking guy with fucking fire rockets for his hands. That shit look like a flaming pie cone. Fuck up my backyard. Yeah, this seems to have been built wrong. Maybe it's like left side or right side or something. We'll try and fix this one. I don't need to do the whole thing, right? I left case over there. I knew I should have brought the whole case. I'm like, kept thinking I forgot something. I forgot the part separator. I haven't needed it until this exact moment though, so whatever. What's it called? Redacted? Reacted? Oh, somebody else texted me. Oh no. Huh, that's weird. The message is here, but it's not on the phone. Redacted. Oh, redacted. Huh. I thought when they redact a message, you get to see the thing too. Talking shit about my favorite Pokemons. Let me read the manual. Huh, weirdly feeling dark now. Get that light in there. Damn, looked like fucking 4 in the morning over here. Straight up. Peace. 25. No, it can't be good. That's impossible. Trying to be careful with this one. Okay. Okay, so that was backwards. And I like how it actually tells you to build it this way first before sealing it in. Very smart of them to do. Because of course they knew I'd fuck it up somehow. Yeah, okay. I don't need the light anymore. So it's 1, 2. I must have... Oh yeah, because we emptied out the arms bag. So I must be getting leg parts confused with arm parts. Or no, we built... No, we built the full leg. So I must just be getting something else confused. So let's see here. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So we'll put that over there, and we'll take this one. This one, similar. I feel like it has a similar problem. Let's get that part separator. So we're kind of just wasting time here when we could be using our power tools. I don't remember where it is. There it is. I don't know where to separate it from first. Is it here? There we go. I gotta remember not to twist as much as I do. You're supposed to like shove it in straight. And maybe twist a little bit, but not twist a bunch. So this is over here. We have the completed one here. That's the one we're going to be printing in just to see if there's a left side, right side differential. It might just be that it only has a 45-degree bit. Oh, no, that's really good. That feels good. Yeah. It's weird, but sometimes, you really gotta build the left and the right separate. Something I'm planning on fixing with one of the other things I have coming up. Gotta separate them by left side and right side. Cut off even more time from the builds. Which, come to think of it, no, we're about on schedule. This build's gonna be like, I think if you exclude the whole 10-minute or so spiel in the beginning and whatnot, we're almost under an hour, which is kind of scary for me, because like, before it used to take like 3 hours to do a high grade. Now it takes like an hour. It's like crazy amount of time save. But then you got nothing else to do for the rest of the day. I'm joking about that, of course. Got tons of stuff to do. That's why we don't stream every single day. Because I like to have my me time. And also, if we streamed every single day, then one day we'd have no days of streaming anything because we'd run out of content. Maybe. I don't know. That sounds impossible to actually run out of content. Because there's just so much stuff we can do and pivot on with the channel. Because I like to do whatever I want. Okay, so before I seal that in, test the range of movement, because I think it's just this arm. Very rather weird. So I want it to go, and it doesn't. Oh, I had it backwards. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess we never actually had a problem in the first place. Who knows? The point is, the problem, be it imaginary or real, we solved it. Okay, get in there. Love the way that seals in too. It's very good. I'm very confident in all of these connections, except for maybe putting them into the torso, because we haven't done that yet. Unfortunately, I could have sworn there were multiple hand options, but we only seem to have these two hands, which are close-fisted. I feel like there were more hand options. Who knows what's up with that? Alright, let's armor up this boy, because of course, got ourselves we got a royal knight in the building. Everybody make way. Am I missing a polycap here? Let's go back here. Huh, no polycap. Maybe it's just a really tight seal when it's completed. Nope. I was supposed to put a polycap on and I missed that stuff. Huh. Oh. There you go. I had the wrong side. Let's see here. Okay, we got a little side to side movement here before we hit the arm. So we can go out like probably like this. Like this. Like a what's it called? Like a velociraptor. That much range of movement. It's not zero, so it's cool. Man, I really thought this thing had open hands. It's a little bit sad, but you know, we're still gonna get to do the one thing I want to do that I was saving for last. Well, no, that and something else. These plug onto the shoulder very nicely, so yep. Is he a mecha or a Digimon? I believe that's the one for the shoulder, so let me hear. Yeah, those were the leg ones I meant to say. So let's get a thing here. Good. Oh no, I made another one for the legs. Let's just throw these over here. Maybe it's like a... There you go. Okay, yeah. So they're all the same. I just got confused and thought those were specifically for the legs. Cutting them off the runner, that was a little strange to see. That they're all kind of the same and they're like they're all parallel to each other on the runner. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't like it, but when it's done like correctly, kind of like this, I prefer injection gold to like what do you call it? Those spray painted golds. Like we built the what's it called? The Akatsuki, and that one, it's cool. It came up pretty well, even though it's like an older print or an older mold / reprint. But like I'd still probably prefer this, like the high grade Hyakushiki, the injection gold. Like it does kind of blacken at like parts where it's connected to the runner. But overall, I'd rather have this than, oh shit, I scraped off the gold coloring. Because this doesn't scrape because it's injected straight into the plastic. I'd much rather have that. I have seen it done poorly, but for the most part, it's been done very well in recent years. So, you know. Cool. Okay. So normally we would have finished the legs, but there's a thing at the back of the manual I want to take a quick little look at. We did technically do the old build the legs first here. Did I miss? I missed this. So, because I didn't have it assembled before. That's pretty good. The amount of white is, I guess. I think it's like skin and then the blue is scales. Because, of course, he's dragonkin. Baby dragon, mini dragon, full grown dragon, whatever. Oh my god. He's perfect in every way. I'm not sure what I'm going to pen align this with. I might pen align it with gold. Or like do some like gold accenting. Like instead of just pen aligning this, paint this a different gold. And then pen align it with like a brown Gundam marker or another shade of gold. Because of course I have multiple golds. Why do I have so many golds? I don't know. Somebody stop me. It's funny because we've gotten into painting our stuff recently. So I kind of regret all my Gundam marker purchases. They are still useful and they all still have different colors, but like it doesn't apply very well on larger surfaces. It's really just for like small details like this, which is something they always told me, but I never quite got that through my head until we did the my custom Storm Liger Zero. Yeah. Anyways, here's something cool we don't get to see too much of. Colored pages. Was it worth the wait? Anyways. So it wants me to build the legs, but I already did that instinctively because I know. So let's build the crotch here. This is cool. We see this a little every now and then. It's always appreciated to have one here, just like they meet in the middle, as opposed to being a single piece at the bottom or top of the joint. That's nice to hear. Funny enough, I forget what it was that made me look back at the manual, but I almost cut these. These are, of course, the connection spots for the torso, so be careful when you look in the manual. I had someone ask me for tips on building model kits, and I just said them, use the two-step method. I should have told them why to use the two-step method. The reason why is because sometimes if you cut too close, you actually remove detailed parts. Because, you have a lot of stuff like this. Imagine if you cut just like an inch further. So you want to do the two-step method, which the way I implement it, probably not the way everyone does it, is you would basically, instead of cutting flush to the part, cut this. Cut it off the runner, and then cut the gates. Just so that you minimize your chance of stress marks and accidentally cutting off like a part of the piece or detail. Because, the line between it being on the runner and it being the part sometimes is very vague. And I made the same mistake with the RG Evangelion. I'm sure I mentioned it during the review, but I cut off a little bit too much. It still worked, but it's also a bit looser. And I deeply regretted that, so two-step method like never before. Okay, I was wondering where this was. So these are 3 pieces. You put this in the back, you put these in the front. And I guess a sticker is supposed to go over this for black instead of gray, but, it's whatever. You don't need a sticker for that. It's kind of extra. So this goes here in the torso. And this goes on top. And then, of course, you see these ball joints here are for the skirting armor. Yeah, this thing is basically a Gundam. That's kind of funny. I didn't really realize it until that much later. It's basically a Gundam. It's a Dragon Gundam. Which, come to think of it, I'm sure besides the Gundam Barbatos Lupus, Rex. Oh no, we have a bunch of leftover polycaps. Oh well. Besides the Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex, and the upcoming RG Epion, I totally forgot about. Oh man, the RG Epion. I forgot about it, that it was coming out. I'm not gonna get it, obviously, but I forgot that it was coming out. Oh man, it's weird. I didn't notice until that new model kit was announced and shown off that the Epion has I knew it transformed into a bird or something, but it transforms into a 2-headed dragon. It's so weird for Gundam. And that one has a tail sword as well as a regular beam saber. So besides the Epion and the Lupus, which Epion is a, what do you call it? What do you call it? It's I'm bending the rules for the Epion because I don't know. But you don't often see Gundams with tail. Gundams are like mobile suits with like a tail or something. You don't see that a lot. Okay, making sure that phone battery stays charged. You don't see that a lot. You know, it makes sense to not see it, but you'd think you'd see it more than twice. The two examples I'm currently aware of. I don't know. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. This sucks. I wonder what these are being reused from to have any leftovers. This would be an interesting connection piece. So I wonder if anybody knows PCF6, Figurized 6. I guess this is the standard Figurized runner that they just made in blue. Oh, that kind of sucks. But it's not a lot of leftover. Although I can't imagine what I'd use these from since they're trying to be like a blue flesh color thing. That's the wrong piece. I could have sworn. Oh. Well, I might as well take off both of these so I don't have half of a piece and then half of a piece missing. Come to think of it, okay, that goes inside. Right. Sort of a smart way of doing that. Is there a long and a short, I think? Oh, there it is. Okay. There's a little bit of a like a dip in there, so you could tell which is the bottom, which is the top. Or no, so it fits in the tiny little groove. That's the word, groove. Cool. There we go, in the back. Boopity boop 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 boop. A little bit of numb marks, but you know, we'll live. So don't listen to that. This I'm a little unsure of. Maybe we missed a piece or a step. No, hold on. Yep, goes in perfectly. Oh, I thought it did, but it didn't. It's making the sound, but it's not actually doing it. Yeah. Sometimes the manual just doesn't get it, man. You gotta do... Oh, that's upside down. You gotta do stuff like this. Like, you should insert this piece in before closing. That's my advice. PC1. So I guess I have the wrong one. This one is the long. Oh, that's strange. PC1. Oh, I used the wrong... Did I use the wrong one? I did use the wrong one. Okay. So this is the one for the arms. It's too small. That explains why it keeps sliding in and out like that. Cool. So we need the short. It's a little stubby, so that's probably the short of it. And the long of it. Okay. So I gotta do you too. So yeah, short and sweet. That's Digimon for you, at least until they digivolve into a freaking champion level. Short and sweet, but then they digivolve and become bigger. It's like a terrible parking lot space. Could you imagine? Trying to like run space for Digimon and then they digivolve and it's like, god damn it, now you're the size of 2 rooms. And they eat twice as much. That's something I actually found annoying was Agumon's. Well, sometimes it was funny. Other times, you know, depends on the situation. Agumon eats too much, and it actually gets them into trouble. Or it's like a reason why he can't digivolve. It's funny. God damn! All that shit put together, fucking... Oh my god. I'm fanboying out over here. Don't look at me. Alright, let me get that set up. Get that fixed. Yeah, I had a... So, yeah, I was looking at the black version of Magnamon that someone did, which I'm not sure if it has any canonicity to that, but that's kind of cool looking. I kind of briefly thought about maybe doing X antibody or something. I have the only other model kit I would probably do for the Figurized line would be amplified War Greymon, and then I had the idea to, like, because he's basically already halfway there with the amplified version, make him into... Did I say Magnamon? Oh, Metal Garurumon. That's not what I said, was it? Metal Garurumon, and I would be like, oh, I can just make him into an X antibody. I'm sure I could find, like, I think Kotobukiya has like a 3-barreled Gatling gun or something, if you wanted to go for that level of accuracy. Otherwise, I have all the parts. If anybody would want to see that, I'd be down to do that. But I just, I don't want to do that just for myself, as cool as it would be. So yeah, there he is, man. That's the boy in one of his coolest and most influential forms. Just awesome. Unfortunately, whatchamacallit? So unfortunately, he doesn't have open hands, but maybe just as a little closing statement here. Also, so I can flex off my stuff. I don't think this leg is fully in. There's like a height difference thing going on here. Huh. Hold on. You can almost visually see the difference. There's like an extra inch here. Let's see. Oh, it must be. Maybe I did the long and short wrong. That's kind of what it feels like. That's short. That's short too. Oh. Maybe the up-down foot pivot. Weird. I can see, like, it feels like a foot taller. One of these foots is taller than the other. See? Yeah, see, look. What's up with that? What did I do wrong this time? I think it's in the foot, if not in the leg. It's in the foot. I must have done it wrong on the other one, because I think this is the reverse. Nope, it doesn't fit in. Just when you think you're done, political correctness comes in and says you're wrong. You're wrong with your Digimon. Anyways, I think this kit's actually pretty fantastic. I think it usually goes for around $14 Canadian, so like maybe $10 in the US. For what it is, it's pretty cool. If you're only into like Digimon or simple stuff. And of course the video itself took me about an hour to assemble. And, well, I'm kind of an expert, so I'm not the perfect metric for that. I'm like like semi-pro now. Since we've completed, I think, over 50 kits. I have to check that. But yeah, we're close. We're pretty close to 50, if anything else. We're definitely going to do over 50. Oh, no, not over 50. What am I talking about? Maybe because I made a few recent purchases. And stuff still coming in. We're probably going to do over 50. No, we're probably going to do exactly 50, actually. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways. So, yeah. I think we fixed the leg issue. So, unfortunately, no open hands, but we can still flex. Got that. I might need to get a stand just to do this. Oh no, it's all falling apart. It's the whole reason I bought the model kit. Nah. Could you imagine? Just for this gimmick. I can do this. I can try and fudge it. The balance, though. Balance is kind of fucked. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to be super extra. Just do that. So looking at the image here, yeah, it's supposed to be to the side. The arm isn't supposed to be under it like that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I talked as much as I could on the topic of whatever was going on. It's always all over the place whenever. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully y'all hit me up on the Discord, the YouTube, and the Twitch. And, you know, enjoy my content and stuff. So YouTube, Discord, Twitch. Oh, you can't even see that at all. Anyways, so I got the, what's it called? Was it from BT8. So I got the regular and then the rare one. If you remember the card video I did with Andre, those are just those cards. Actually, I think I got that one as a single. Anyways, I already signed off, but we'll do it again. Thank you so much for watching. Hit me up on the Discord for stuff on the channel if you want to, like, request some gameplays, maybe even request a model kit or two, and, you know, just generally chat around with me and stuff, other people, if they're there. And watch me live on Twitch, where I tend to post all this stuff first. You can interact with me and chat with me while we're doing the episodes. And if you miss any of that stuff and want to catch up or see any of the cool stuff we talked about today, go to the YouTube. I have everything archived in my playlist section and, you know, cool content and stuff. Without taking up any more of your time, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy all that stuff. And until next time, keep on dreaming. Poutine. Out! Peace.